What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Brevard College Disc Golf Course for another Formwork Friday, and today we are talking about backhand distance drivers, talking about getting max distance. How can you impart the most amount of power and the most amount of spin onto your disc at any given point in time? And today we have two different cloud breakers to work with: the Color Glow Horizon C line and the Meta Horizon C line, both Gandenberg cloud breakers. And hopefully we'll get to see some absolutely bombing flights and sit back and relax and maybe pay attention to some of the what might seem like extraneous details, because sometimes the extraneous details give you an extra 20 to 30 feet. We're on the tee for hole 5 just because it gives us a lot of options as far as where discs can land and still be traceable and findable. As far as distance drivers go, I have recently switched up slightly switched up how I'm gripping the discs, and it made a huge, absolutely huge difference in how I was able to get power and nose control on big rim distance drivers. These are both 12 speeds, so theoretically it should be a little bit hard to control the nose angle on these discs. But what I found is what I was trying to do was pinch with just my pointer finger, and then I'd have just an extra little bit of the middle finger on there and then pinch there. So I'm basically 2-finger power gripping my backhands, and you just can't get so much power with only 2 fingers because the disc is going to rip out of your hand a lot faster. So you need to get more grips. You can impart more power into the disc. So what did I find? I found that if I just kind of jammed it even further into my hand and then just gripped onto it and then threw the normal type of throw, but instead of trying to lead with this and led with the back of my hand, the back of my hand could control the nose angle versus my pointer finger. And the back of my hand has a lot more control over the nose angle than my pointer finger does. So let's see if we can impart a little bit of power or a lot of power and still keep the nose down with these big rim distance drivers. Or I just throw it on way more hyzer, get the same flight, further left. I was able to keep the nose down, and you saw that both of those, while they were on hyzer and they stayed on hyzer the whole time, they were released on hyzer. And so they didn't really vary too much from the angle of release unless they were flipping up from that angle. And you're really only going to get that if you throw a really, really understable disc, or if you control the rim of your distance driver and it's designed to give you a little bit of flip. Controlling the rim will give you more flip than a nose-up throw will. Let's hopefully see this demonstrated on a couple more drives, but we might just have to end up throwing across this field because there's not too many giant backhand drives out here. So while the concept of adding more grip makes you be able to theoretically be able to throw further, I was running into the issue that I was adding more grip, but I wasn't adding arm speed. So I kept grip locking everything because I didn't have enough arm speed on the disc for it to rip out of my new improved grip. So what did I have to do? I had to change and be a little bit more precise and be very, very precise on where the shoulder's hitting, where it's locking in at and whipping through, because if I'm off just a little bit, I could just grip lock it. I'm getting more distance, but I could also get more distance way OB and lose your discs. So get the grip, lock in the shoulder, let's see what we can get. hard to beat that. If you can add the precision and be very precise with these precision instruments. A lot of people don't see these as precision instruments, but if you throw them enough, you'll start to see the tiny little differences between them, and they do become more precise. It's hard to draw up two better hyzers just right where I wanted them. I wasn't trying max distance, but I also wasn't gripping them super tightly either. So if you can figure out the differences between how hard you have to grip versus how hard you have to throw, and how much and how intense you need to make the snap, it's a giant timing picture and a giant timing window that if you can narrow that timing window down to very, very small changes, you'll be able to hone in on different parts of your form and different shots, and you'll be able to do incredible things. Now there is one thing I can try to do to help get you better, and we might be able to demonstrate it. So I'm going to throw 2 shots, and we're going to do the drill in between. First shot is just kind of a normal. Try to punch it up around the corner. A little bit short. We need more pop. So how do we add more pop, more snap, more imparting of power into the timing window? And the way I like to do it is just with the dry firing drill. We're dry firing with a disc in our hand, but we're holding the disc this way to add wind resistance. We're not hurting ourselves, and we're adding the wind resistance. We're also trying to listen for the sound that it makes. Right? We got the sound. And if I'm not quite getting the snap and pop that I'm looking for, I try to make that a little bit quicker and make the sound a little bit sharper. And there, just automatically, we're imparting more power into that precise timing, accurate window. Now let's see if it has any effect on our throw. And that's parked. There's a main difference between just being able to hit your timing and being able to put the power and punch into the timing window that you have to be able to hit. It's very difficult to try to figure out. I've taken a very long time to get to where I am. Try to take what I'm telling you as, even with a grain of salt, even what I'm telling you, try to figure out your own timing, because everybody's body is shaped differently and everybody's timing is going to be different. But if you can get the timing down and be really snappy and poppy on that punch through of the disc, you're going to be getting a lot more power, a lot more speed, and a lot more snap. You're going to have a lot more fun on the course. Hopefully you enjoy content like this. If so, please make sure to like the video. If you want to see new stuff, make sure to comment all of that down below. Please make sure to subscribe. Helps you guys out with these subscriber-only giveaways. Definitely helps me out as well. Until next time, see you out on the course.